Once you get out of a toxic relationship and you heal yourself to the point where you accept that you are surrounded by narcissistic people everywhere you go, it is easy to fall into this place of thinking that you are doomed to be alone forever. Get used to just being single because there's no one out there for you, right? Wrong. That's the furthest thing from the truth. I get this question all the time during one-on-one coaching. When can I date again? Should I date again? Is it okay to date again? And my response is, well, why have you stopped? But it takes a different mentality. And so this video is for those of you who are looking for a healthy, genuine, equally yoked partner in this life. I have put together a coaching strategy based on my years of experience of dealing with people and my own personal experience in this life to help you find an equally yoked partner, someone to do life with, a healthy, non-toxic relationship, right? In order to get there, this is what we're going to talk about. Number one, dating preparation. Yes, you should do some things to prepare yourself for dating. I'm going to share with you what these things are. It's not bad. It's not some weird ritual. It's just some interesting things that you maybe have not thought about yet, okay? Number two, we're going to talk about the best dating mentality. If you're looking for a suitable helpmate, somebody who is equally yoked, someone who is healthy, then you need to have the right mentality going into this. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about where to look because there's all kinds of stuff happening with online dating apps. As a matter of fact, I would say 75% of the people I deal with as a coach come from horrible dating app experiences. But it's not to say that they're all bad, but we're going to talk about that. Online versus offline. Let's get into this. My name is Kevin. This is The Royal We. Now, before I do continue with this very important message about getting out there and dating to find a suitable partner, a suitable helpmate, somebody who's equally yoked, I'm here to support you. And down in the description box below this video, you'll find a link to schedule one-on-one time with me. So scroll down below this video, click on that link for a one-on-one appointment. It will take you to my appointment page where you can schedule a video call or a standard telephone call. So for those of you who are thinking about getting back out there and dating and meeting people, right? Let's talk. I want to help get you there. Also, I do have a coaching program. My coaching program is live and in person each and every day. Now, the Royal We coaching program is centered around a community coming together each and every day. We do things like fasting once a month, which is good for you mentally, emotionally, and physically. As a matter of fact, I'm in the middle of the fast right now. I'm almost 48 hours into it. It ends tomorrow. It's amazing as far as mental clarity, physical clarity. It's just a good thing. So find out more about the Royal We Coaching Program down below. Now, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into what you really want to know, which is about dating. Surely you don't want to be alone for the rest of your life now, do you? Let's talk about dating preparation now that you've experienced narcissistic abuse. To begin with, we need to talk about self-acceptance. The number one thing that you can do to prepare for dating, for meeting people in general, we're talking about friends, potential lovers, or partners, is self-acceptance, not self-discovery, not self-finding. Listen, if you are on this journey to discover yourself, to try to find yourself, then you're in the wrong place. All you're doing is running from yourself. Anytime somebody tells me I'm on a self-discovery journey, I say this to them: listen, here's the problem you're going to run into. Wherever you go, there you are. Doesn't matter what mirror you look in, anywhere in the world, you're going to be staring back at yourself. It's about time that we as adults stop trying to discover ourselves and instead face the reality of what we've been doing all of our lives, which is we've been running from ourselves. But it's not your fault, by the way. You've been conditioned from your parents, from church, from public institutionalized education to run from yourself. You've been conditioned to believe that there's only a certain amount of things that are acceptable in this life, and you've got to fit within this category, and you either got to be a nurse or a lawyer, a doctor, a firefighter, a police officer, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I had no idea that I would be right here talking to you and coaching people on one-on-one sessions. I never in my life imagined I would be doing anything like this, and it didn't come until I had serious self-acceptance of who I am and what I have to offer the world. All right? Self-acceptance is key. Part of self-acceptance is going to be, number 2, personal inventory. Personal inventory. This is where you are able to articulate, either writing it down or use a voice recorder or start a YouTube channel like this and just talk about it, right? Make an inventory. Now, don't do it on YouTube. That would be kind of weird. But an inventory looks like this. It looks like you talking and you writing out who you are and what you have to offer. This is a huge part of self-acceptance. What is it that you offer in a relationship? This is your personal inventory. How much time do you really want to invest? What types of things do you really want to do? How affectionate are you really? How much sex do you really want to have in a relationship? Now, these are important. This is an important part of your personal inventory. You have to be honest about this type of stuff. Let's stop living in shame. What shame and guilt has caused you to do all your life is to run from yourself instead of accept yourself. And as a result, you don't even know how to articulate who you are when you're meeting people, and you're hiding bits and pieces of yourself. You're hiding all kinds of things. And this is dangerous territory. This is what starts toxic relationships. If you're hiding, well, so are they, and on and on and on. So take a personal inventory. Everything that you have to offer in a relationship, the things you enjoy doing. Do you cook? Do you hike? Do you like to go exercise? Do you like to travel? You have to really inventory everything that you are and everything that you offer in a relationship. This is important. It's about accepting who you are. And then number 3, you have to consider your productive needs. So with your personal inventory, listen, here's the deal. We are all called to be productive in this life, are we not? There's not a single one of us who are healthy, who are mentally, physically, and emotionally capable. There's not a single one of us that should just be sitting around doing nothing. We are productive as a species. Part of preparing to find a partner is realizing that you have productive needs. Part of finding a suitable helpmate, somebody who's equally yoked, is finding somebody who's going to help you maintain who you are. This is why your personal inventory of everything you have to offer is so important, because you need people in your life who are going to help to bring that out of you, who are going to encourage that, who are going to fulfill your productive needs. Does this make sense? We have spent so much time looking at people who are completely opposite of ourselves, which is wrong. Why? Opposites may attract, but opposites don't sustain. How do you form a relationship with a person when you're going different directions in life? No. Take your personal inventory, who you are, what you enjoy doing in life, and then also consider your productive needs. What do you need from another person that's going to help you maintain the best parts of you and actually help you grow as well? It makes no sense to get involved with friends, lovers, anybody, if they're not meeting your best productive needs and you're not meeting theirs. All right. Moving on now to the next part of this. I know we spent a lot of time there, but it's important. Self-acceptance is key. Stop running from yourself. Accept yourself. Number 2 here, the second thing that's important is having the right mentality, the best dating mentality. Now, this is an interesting one, right? First and foremost, let's get rid of the label boyfriend and girlfriend, because this has y'all messed up. All right? Listen, we're not in junior high. We're not in elementary school. You don't need a boyfriend or a girlfriend. This stuff works back then because you can't get married. All right? Having a boyfriend or a girlfriend when you are in 5th grade makes you the cool kid in school. Maybe even high school. All right? But as an adult, you should not be looking for a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Here's why. Because what a boyfriend or a girlfriend suggests as an adult is that you are playing house with somebody. You're playing married with somebody, meaning you're giving them the best parts of yourself, but without any real commitment, without any real responsibility towards you or towards the relationship. That's all the label boyfriend or girlfriend suggests. And so there you are. You're given the best parts of you, what should be reserved for somebody who really deserves it because they are responsible towards you and loyal and committed. So much so that they'll make a promise to God and before people that they are going to be responsible in the relationship. They're the ones that deserve the best parts of you. Best parts of you being your intimacy, your affection, and your sex. But when you get into this category of, well, I'm going to find a boyfriend, or this is my girlfriend, this is my boyfriend. Well, here you are giving each other the best parts of yourself without any of the necessary things that a committed relationship, the responsibilities that are really required there, right? All right. So no boyfriend, no girlfriend. Here's what to do instead. Instead, friends. This is what I tell people when they say, when can I start dating? You should never stop dating. But don't call it dating, call it making friends. The good part about having friends in this way, meeting people and calling them friends, is that you can have a different friend for every night of the week. If you wanted to, there is no limit as to how many friends you can go out with. How many of you are catching on to what I'm saying right now? When you have them as friends, you establish, hey, let's get together. Let's have coffee. Let's go bowling. This allows you to not only have as many friends as you want, but it gives you the time and it offers you the time that you need to really judge and assess who these people are and how close you can get. And we're not there yet. That's the last thing, but you do need to judge, trial, and test people in your life, especially people you're thinking of becoming intimate with, okay? So we'll get there. But that's why it's important to not do the boyfriend-girlfriend thing. Just meet friends. Number 2 on there is take initiative. So one of the things that I hear, especially from women coming out of narcissistic abuse, is that they don't like to take initiative. I wait for guys. I want guys to approach me, blah, blah, blah. But here's what happens when you just wait. If you're a woman and you wait for guys to approach you, you're going to get all excited at the most aggressive guy that comes your way. Now, how many of you know the aggressive, love-bombing guys are the toxic ones? They have lots of practice approaching women. They watch all the videos on being a pickup artist or whatever. So, of course, they're going to come and knock your socks off and blow your hair back with a couple of razzle-dazzle words that ultimately mean nothing. This is what happens when you're not able to take initiative and instead you're waiting for Prince Charming to show up. Listen, don't do that anymore, especially now that we've established no boyfriends, no girlfriends. Take initiative. This means that, yes, you women can recognize maybe some guy at your church who you've noticed and maybe he's cute and he always is alone sitting over there at church. He comes, he looks single. Take initiative. Hey, yeah, I see you in here every now and then. Would you like to grab some coffee after service? It's that simple, folks. Take initiative. Yes, you women too. You're in the grocery store, pushing your grocery cart. This actually happened to me once. True story, right? You're pushing the grocery cart store. You see some guy, he's shopping. You think he's good looking. There is nothing wrong with you ladies saying, you're really cute. If nothing happens, if you don't exchange numbers or you don't become friends, at the very least, you made that man's day. I promise you, it happened to me. I was at the store, just that. I was in shopping for some food and some random woman, never met, walked by and said, hey, you're really cute. And that was it. She continued walking away, never saw her again. I was floating for the rest of the day. I think that women, you're not aware that men, we don't hear that type of stuff all the time. So yes, take initiative, women. You too, men, take initiative. But remember, no boyfriend, no girlfriend. That also will make you afraid. If you find that you are afraid of taking initiative, it's because you are stuck in the mentality of, oh, well, they could be my boyfriend or girlfriend, and you become afraid because you're already thinking about the rejection. Oh, I can't handle that rejection. Well, get your mind out of boyfriend and girlfriend land and just into making friends and making connections, and you'll be fine. All right. Last but not least, best dating mentality is be ready to test, trial, and judge. You've got to test people. You've got to put people on trial, and you've got to judge people. Stop with this nonsense of, well, we're not supposed to judge. I don't want to judge anybody. I don't want to judge. Are you kidding me? We're talking about people being allowed into your intimate spaces, and you bought into some weird Christian nonsense about not judging people? Don't judge people lest you be judged. Whoa, listen, if we're not judging people prior to bringing them into our lives intimately, then we have grossly misunderstood the context of do not judge lest you be judged. You have to judge. Nobody is going to take as good of care of you in this life. No husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, mom, dad, nobody's going to take as good of care of you as you are. You have got to become your best advocate. You've got to become your best defender. You have got to become judge and jury of everybody who comes into your life. Now, this doesn't mean you walk around with your finger in people's faces saying you're ugly and you're this and blah, blah, blah. That's what narcissistic people do. Narcissistic people take the concept of judging others and they take it as a permission to beat people down. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you being able to observe. Use all of your senses to listen to what somebody is saying. Watch them to make sure their actions match up with their words. Use your discernment to sense. What's your discernment? I've talked about this in other videos. It's like your spidey senses. It's your senses that something's off or on. Use all these things. God has given you these things. Stop believing in things like love. I'm going to love no matter what. I love this person. Even though I don't know what I'm looking at, I don't like it, I still love them. I'm going to trust them. Get rid of trust. Trust should not be a part of your vocabulary when you're dating people. Absolutely not. No trust, no love. It should be observation, testing, trials, and judge. After all, it's up to you to find your own suitable helpmate. No, God is not going to drop somebody into your lap. That's another common misunderstanding. People are like, well, I'm going to wait for God to bring somebody to me. God doesn't do that. It's lazy. Furthermore, it's dangerous. The reason it's dangerous is because any weirdo can show up and say, hey, you know what? I believe that God brought me to you. They could be a complete psychopath. And if you have this mentality that, well, God's going to bring somebody into my life, well, you're screwed, aren't you? Because you're going to be like, really? Because guess what? I've always believed that God was going to bring me someone, and here you are. And that narcissistic psychopath's like, I knew it. Yes. Don't do that. Don't wait for God to bring someone into your life. All of this stuff that I'm talking about is about you taking initiative, but with a different mentality. Test, trial, and judge. If you want me to make another video about how to test, trial, and judge even further, let me know in the comment section down below. I have no problem with that. I'll do my best to come up with some test, trial, and judging things that you can use. All right? Hope that this makes sense to you. Moving right along to the last part of this video, where do you look? Where do you look to find your equally yoked partner? How about this? Where you belong. First of all, with self-acceptance, as was discussed in the beginning of this video, you should only be in the places where you belong. I had a motto: narcissistic abuse is the result of being around people you have no business being with, doing things you have no business doing, going places you have no business going. If you stay where you belong in life, on your path of purpose, your path of creativity, your path of living life, then you'll be okay. You won't have to worry. There's always going to be weirdos out there, but you don't have to get intimately involved with them. So it's important that you stay on your path in life, who you are through your self-acceptance. Go to the places where you belong. Live your life with authenticity. Only go to the places that are authentically you. It makes no sense for you to be a person in this life who doesn't like to party, doesn't like to drink, but you're looking for people at the bar to hang out with, right? And I know you're like, yeah, that is kind of weird, but we do it all the time. We do it all the time. Go fishing for people in places and in territories that really we have nothing in common with. All right. So where do you begin to look for, again, we're talking about a healthy, equally yoked partnership where you belong. Get on your path in life. Do your best authentically. Live your authentic life. Stay there. And when you're on this path, pay attention to who's on the same path with you. This can be your career. It could be your hobbies. It could be your best interests, so long as it's where you belong in life. Notice who's with you. This becomes the best choices for you as far as what's equally yoked. Oftentimes, you've been overlooking the people who are running alongside you. Why? Well, because they're doing the same thing as you, so they're not that interesting. I'd rather look over there at that thing that is radically different from me in every way. It's like a deer looking at a wolf saying, ooh, so fuzzy and the teeth are so sharp, so different. I want to go hang out with that. It's all fun and games until the wolf takes the deer back to the wolf's den, right? Then what happens? Yes, the same thing that happened to you in your past toxic relationships, right? Amen. So get where you belong. Consider those people. Stop the nonsense of, oh, it's boring because we all do. No, they're your best partners. They're the ones that are going to sharpen you. Iron sharpens iron, not copper sharpens iron. It's about time you get on a path, start to see who is with you. Now, online, offline dating. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Now, I have dealt with a lot of people who have had horror stories offline, but I also have had success stories. My closest friends are still married. They met on AOL. Back in the day when AOL, how many of you remember AOL? Right? They were typing back and forth for years. Still married, right? 15 plus years. Still married, doing great. Met online. So online is fine. However, if you date online, you have to follow the same rules. The mistake that people make that I've discovered when they date online is that you read somebody's blurb or blog or bio or whatever you want to call it, and you feel like you automatically know them prior to even meeting them. By the time you get on the first date, it can feel like you've been dating for a year already because you read their blog, you read their bio. And so this causes a relationship to go from 0 to 60 in like 3 dates. Before you know it, you're having one dinner, and then you're doing the hanky-panky, and then you're moving in together, all because, well, you saw their bio and their picture, and it's like, oh, wow. What you don't realize about people online is that those bios are mostly crafted. You're only getting the best parts of what they want to say. Some of it has been written and rewritten and erased and rewritten again based on what's worked, so you don't even know what on somebody's bio is even true. Now, do you? So there's no reason to read something and say, wow, I feel like I know this person, I'm connected to them, and then you meet, and it's like you jump warp speed in the relationship. Don't do that. If you meet online, fair enough, put them where we talk about, and the second one, right, in friends. We're making friends. So anybody you meet, even online, potential friends, in which you still have to observe, judge, test, and put on trial. So if you have that mentality, sure, date online. If that's what you feel you have to do. Otherwise, offline, I think works the best. Where do you find it offline? Like I said, wherever you belong. All right. Hope this makes sense to you. Thank you for watching, spending some time with me. And like I said before, I'm here to support you. Down in the description box below this video, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments. So click the link for scheduling your one-on-one time. It will take you to my appointment page. Phone calls, video calls are available. All right. I'll be back with more videos. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video if you found this helpful. And until I'm back again, watch one of these videos right here. YouTube is recommending one of them, and I'm recommending the other. All right. Either way, you can't lose. I'll be back. And be sure to like and subscribe. All right. Have a blessed night, everybody. I'll be back right here on the Royal We.